have you seen the picture of like the GOP candidate who like posed with his, and this is from what I've read, posed with his neighbor's wife and children because he didn't have any children, and so he like
For
posed
his
with
like
them.
campaign photos or
Yeah, it
something.
was literally like the movie The Campaign where they like give Cam like those new dogs. Like you can't have these pugs, you got to have these like golden retrievers. It was like that.
Derek
I,
Anderson.
yeah, okay, you found it?
Yeah,
Okay,
Republican
yeah,
Derek Anderson posing with or not his wife and offspring.
right. Yeah. And it was like I think they say something like his PR was like it was like they were doing a meet and greet. It wasn't like he was posing with them. He's doing a meet and greet with a lot of different like constituents or something, like supporters of his. But if you look at the photo, it's very clearly not just like a he's shaking hands and meeting people. It's like a posed photo. It's really funny.
Oh, this is saying like there's obviously also a push by the Republicans about like being more family oriented. So,
Yeah, not being
like,
so weird. So it's kind of funny. It worked out for me because of him getting this heat for having a fake family, right? And post off as a real family because like me, like I just want to announce I'm putting my hat in the ring. I'm running for the candidacy of the office that is available to run in. Uh, and I just wanted to promote myself a little bit on the show. Use my platform right to help my campaign. And so a lot of the Republicans they make fun of Democrats for being like childless and stuff, but like Democrats like me, the ones that have like families and like a home life, like a whole, like that's just it's we're not all like that, right? Like I have a family, like wife, kids, I got the whole nine yards. It's a struggle, but I love them. And so I thought, to kind of show off, that I'm like an actual family man compared to that dude. I wanted to show some pictures of my own family so that people could like understand that I'm like, I'm legit next to him. So let me just get this going
okay,
here. So this is the first photo of my family. There's me in the
okay.
middle. It's me and the husband. That's my wife, Christy.
That's weird. You don't know
Christy.
her name up
It's
like right
most
off the
well.
top.
It's yeah, and then so like this is most of the family. This is her side of the family mostly. So also like a big family reunion thing. I got these little scamps in front of me. I love my family. They're the best. Here's another photo of me and my girls. Me and my girl. I was
Okay.
sleepy. We were just getting off a long drive, so I was pretty
Now,
tired
none
when
of
we
these
got here.
people were the same in the other photo.
You just
Your
not
wife is definitely different.
you're just not paying attention. Obviously, that's my
Can you
wife
go back
Samantha.
real quick so I can
Yeah,
just check and see?
sure, no problem. So you got my wife Christy,
Right.
right here,
Okay.
right, and then you got
Yeah.
Samantha and the girls, Rebecca and Rainfall. Yeah, that's what do you, I don't understand.
Okay.
I'm a real family man. These are my real family photos.
Right,
And
right,
then
right, right,
yeah,
right.
those are just my girls. I think it looks weird because I look so tired. That's probably why it looks weird to you. I think
That's
I
fair.
think I'm like leaning back into the light and it's blocking her face, so like that's why it looks different. I think that's probably what. And then I got one more. Here's me with the girls again. Me and the girls and, and my little scout.
Did
His
you have
name's
boobs in that other picture?
so like that's us. These girls they drive me crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm posed like that because I'm just like there. It took us forever to take this photo. We're a
Yeah.
rambunctious
Yeah.
bunch of people. Us,
It looks like
me and my
looks like
fam.
the intro to like a 90s sitcom or
It kind of
something.
does, doesn't it? So I just, I wanted to show that, we're not all childless. So like that insult doesn't really work as a whole for the whole of the Democratic Party. And, so just do your research, people. Some people have real families, some people don't. That guy didn't clearly had a fake family, fake posing. And then you look at me, it's like clearly 100% authentic, real. I mean, hot dog, man.
Yeah.
You can't get more authentic than my family life. I'm the real American
Also,
family.
it's just so crazy because like just because you're single doesn't mean you're weird, right? Like you have to be single for a little bit of time before you're like unavailable,
Yeah,
right?
everyone's single for the most part of the beginning of their life up to adulthood, unless you get like a child bride situation going, which is bad. Do not
Yeah.
condone that.
But also
Um,
like I mean 0 to 18 is some weird times for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, you're so vulnerable, right? Because you don't even know what's going on, and everyone older than you has like a little bit of better idea of what's going on, so they can like manipulate you and like make you do things or not do things. You know, it's like
Or
I don't
not.
know. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody.
Hi.
Mellow Brick Road, path number 118. We're actually going to intro the show at the beginning this time. I know, and that's pretty crazy. Van
It's
here.
unheard of.
Hi. You know me. I'm Van here every week. Over here is Mason. He's back from
Hi, how
vacay.
are you? Yeah.
How was your vacation, Mason? You were in Colorado.
Yeah, it was awesome up until like towards the end of it I started getting some very terrible tooth pain. And
Oh.
when I flew back and went to the dentist, it was bad. So,
Oh, what happened? Do you have to get like surgery or something?
well, I have to get a root canal on a tooth.
Have you
Yeah.
had that before?
Mm-mm,
Me
no.
neither. Never had
But
that.
I know a guy that's had like 3 or 4.
Oh
He
my
had 2 in
gosh.
1 year. And
Oh.
so I know he lived through it. The dentist told me, "Hey, don't listen to the war stories, man, because it's not that bad."
I don't know,
And
man. I
I don't
saw a
know.
video of a root canal, like a 3D video. If I find it, I'll put it up here. It was. I mean, they drill into your teeth and they numb you. They numb you. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know, cause like, I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad because I got LASIK, and they numb your eyes and
Yeah.
they slice your eye
That
open,
LASIK is
which was
that
no biggie.
sounds terrible.
That was no biggie for me. I think it's because I went with my first when she got LASIK, and I sat in the room, and then you can like see the screen that has like the camera that's right on your eye, so you can see the little scalpel coming in, just like or whatever it is, that you cut, and they slice around that little thing, and they take like a little spatula, they scoop underneath and go flip, and they flip it up, and then that laser just goes
Directly into your eye, right?
yeah, dude. They're just like look at the orange light, and you go okay, and it literally looks like a what's that reticle? Like a gun. What is that
Yeah.
called? It literally
I
looks
think it's
like
called the
that,
reticle.
and you're just staring at it, and it sounds a lot louder in the waiting room than it does when you're actually in there. And I remember going in, and
Oh.
I wasn't that scared. I wasn't that nervous because my eyes were so numb. The weirdest thing was when your eyes are numb and you blink, you can like feel your eyes blink, and that's a feeling didn't know I'd ever feel in my life because you don't really notice it. But like they lay you down, and the ladies like gave me a little blanket because it was kind of cold in there, I guess. And they gave me
Mm.
a little teddy bear, like stuffed animal thing. They're like, in case you need it. And I was like, I'll be fine. And they just like put it next to you. And then like right as they were getting ready to start, I felt myself like grip it harder, and I was like, I'm just gonna hold on to this bear a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, since it's here, like I might as well use
Yeah.
it.
Well, the hardest is when they put the thing over your eye and like suction your eye, and it literally feels like your eye is gonna explode. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I did fine like whenever I got my wisdom teeth taken out, and I don't know if I've said it on this or not, but like I woke up like during the middle of it when they were taking out my second tooth,
Oh God.
and they don't take the tooth out. They break it and take out the chunks and leave the root in. So I woke up when they were breaking apart my second tooth,
Jesus Christ.
and I think what I said when I woke up was just like, "Is everything going okay?" And
Oh no.
the guy was just like, "Yeah, man, we're almost done with this tooth, and we're about to start on the last one. So just
Oh.
relax." And so like I don't know what tool to use, but it felt like, or like the sensation just felt like it
Yeah.
was like something they just put on like the corner of my tooth, and then like an ice cream scooper or something where it just and just like takes a
Ooh,
chunk out, and like that's what it was like. And
that
after like the third like, I like passed back out.
have you
But
ever? Oh fuck! Have you ever seen Human Centipede 2? Second one,
no, is
way
that the
worse than the
100 person
first.
one?
No, it's the third one. The
Oh,
second one is about 20 or 30 people. It's
yeah.
way worse than the first one. Way worse. Because it's like it's way more personal than the first one, like way more intimate with like the main like the person who's doing these like kidnappings and killings. It's so horrible. But like he takes it because he has to like when he sews everyone's mouths, right? He watches the first Human Centipede like a million times, so he gets like really obsessed with it, and that's why he like gets a bunch of people and
Mm.
he's like taking his own notes while watching, like seeing the notes on the wall in the first Human Centipede, and he's like, "Oh, I got to take out their teeth before I like, because you know you got to sew their mouth to their asshole, so I got to take all their teeth out. Obviously, you don't want them having too much fun, and then cut the in the mouth. And so he literally like, lays someone down like on their, they're all like he like breaks their knees and stuff so they can't run. And he like holds this dude in his hand, like in the back of his head, and the guy's like looking up at him, and he just takes like a tiny little hammer and just like tink 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 on the dude's teeth, and he's like choking on his own teeth. And oh, dude, it is
Uh,
horrible. That's the part of the movie where I almost threw up because it was just he's bleeding and it's so uncomfortable to watch. Everything about that second one, I don't remember the third one. I might have blocked out, but the second one was rough all the way through. Good movie though. I like that it's black and white. I think it's fun.
oh, I didn't know.
Makes it look artsy. It makes it look a lot better because you don't see the blood as much. Like you know it's there, you see the dark spots, but like not seeing the red everywhere does make it a little bit easier to swallow. And I think that's probably why they were probably forced to do it black and white because they were like, you can't. This is too
We
much.
can't release this in theaters unless it's black and white.
Yeah, like we released Cannibal Holocaust, and this is more than that. It's not though. Cannibal Holocaust is fucking awesome. If you've ever seen that, that'll fuck you up. I think the director got arrested and investigated because they thought he actually murdered the actors on
Oh yeah,
set.
I do want to see that one, but I've seen the most messed up movie ever, so like,
Yeah, I know,
maybe you can
right? So it's
phase
like
me
exactly. It's like yeah, once you've seen that one, which we're not gonna. Nice try. We probably talked about it already, like the name maybe, but like
for sure.
I don't like sharing it.
Yeah,
I don't like sharing the name of it.
yeah,
Um, yeah, let's move on to something fun. Let's move on to something better. Here's the quick little
okay,
thing. I've been learning ukulele
nice.
again, because my brother-in-law Phil Ayoade, his guitar broke. He's got toddlers, and one of them just like smashed it. So he's
Dang.
yeah, he's had it for like 17 years. Or it took one of those. It's like his first guitar. So sad. Um, and so I'm taking advantage of him not having it so that I can get better at ukulele and I can like surpass him in the family as like the guy who plays the string instrument.
He's been playing this for 17 years.
A long time since he was like 14 or something,
Hmm.
something like
Okay.
that. I think. And I've learned how to. I'm learning the chords. The hardest part all week, this whole past week, I've been learning every day for at least a little, like over an hour at least. And I've been really like getting the chords and like getting my fingers in the right spot, and then just pressing as hard as I can into it, so that I can, because I'm really trying to get those calluses, you know. My
Yeah.
biggest problem is my fingernails are I just trim them, so they're kind of short, and so that kind of makes it harder. So once they get longer, I think it'll be easier to strum. But I know how to play sort of "Stand by Me," just like kind of
Nice.
where it's uh like one strum every couple beats, like not nothing like crazy fast. And I recently my next once I fully get comfortable with that, I'm gonna learn the Bob's Burgers theme song because
Nice.
I love that theme song, and I've just about finished watching the show all the way through. I'm almost caught up to the new season. It's way more complicated than Stand by
I'm
Me,
sure.
but
Sure.
it'd be fun to learn. It's kind of fun. It's fun to like I don't know, like the tips of my fingers hurt, right? I got blisters on me fingers, but I kind of like it. It feels
Yeah.
cool because when I get like the right like chord and it sounds good, it's like it sounds really nice.
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
I feel like that's just a big thing too. Like whenever you're learning, especially like that or guitar, because like that's a deterrent. Because like your fingers bleed sometimes, especially if you're
yeah,
trying super hard. So like
yeah.
once you get past that part, it's a little bit easier.
It,
But
it's yeah,
it's so funny that you mentioned Bob's Burgers. I was just thinking about that show right before we started because like
so good.
the first episode is so good. Like
Yeah,
I like still to this day I haven't seen the first episode in a long time, but
been a while.
I don't even know if this is the first episode. I think it is though, where they like drop or Gene wants to drop toothpicks on the ground and have Tina count them, and
Maybe.
Bob's like, no, don't do that. I don't want to clean it up, and he's like, too late, and he drops them, and it's like, how many is that? And Tina's like, and says like some weird number, like 100, and then Gene's like, no, and then Bob's like, Tina, no, there's three, and it's just like
Oh, okay.
there's clearly only three, like,
Yeah,
and she's like, 12, no, Tina,
Tina. Dude, I love that show so much. And so yeah, so ukulele, very excited about it. It's kind of fun because Stand By Me is like a super simple version I'm learning, and it's only got 4 chords. And so now that it's like the same pattern over and over again. So now I don't really need to look at the sheet anymore. I'll just go C, A major, F, G, C, A major, F, C, and so or G, and then I'm trying to like just get better at like switching from note to note to note. Because man, G on a ukulele. If you know ukulele out there, if you're watching this, you know what's up, dude. The G is a weird freaking chord to get, especially going from F to G, because it's just like it's just a whole thing. That's the thing with guitar is like I never understood how people are so fast moving
yeah,
their fingers across the board. It's insane. I still don't understand it because I like the ukulele because you play the whole thing for the most part. You don't have to like do like individual notes or strings if you unless you want to. But like I'm trying to go full Hawaiian, like Lilo and Stitch, just like the whole like each hitting every single string at once. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of fun. I like learning different chords because then I can kind of like play with them and make my own music. I've been watching a lot of Bob's Burgers, so I'm feeling very musical.
yeah, yeah. I think music's just fun. Like
Yeah.
it's fun to learn or try to learn a new instrument. Always is.
Oh yeah, and I've
Even
been
if you're not like musically inclined, like I think it's still like cool because like once you learn one song, then you're like, dude, I know that.
yeah. It's you immediately want to like show off. Like
Yeah,
I need to get back into piano too. It's been a little bit with that, but yeah, man, it's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. I hope I can one of these days. Maybe we're like on Patreon. We'll do like a live show, and I'll bust out the uke or the
yeah.
ukulele
I
as
mean, I
my
also got
mentor
a
says.
ukulele. I got a violin that I can't play.
Yeah,
I
get the
got a
learn how to,
guitar that I can't play,
what kind of
and I got a
guitar.
piano that I can't play.
Learn how to play these things.
I know.
Just learn. Just take time to learn guitar or
Yeah,
violin. Violin would be cool.
violin would be cool, but violin's definitely going to be the hardest of them all.
Yeah. What if the devil comes down?
Yeah, and then I'm losing.
I also have a banjo that needs to get restrung. Banjo won't be as expensive to restring, and that would be fun to learn.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd be like Steve Martin all the way, just tickling the
Yeah, I was about to say with the
strings.
banjo, you don't strum it, you pick each like string,
Yeah,
right?
you do like this thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like with
Which I
the
think would be easier to play. Maybe it wouldn't.
I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. I gotta get it restrung so I can practice.
I honestly think I'd be better at guitar if I played left-handed. Cuz like
Hmm.
I think part of my problem is my fingers are stupid and like it just like it's like really hard for me to like figure out where they need to go.
Yeah.
Um and I'm doing it with my left hand, so I'm doing the notes with my left hand and strumming with my right. But like when I played
Yeah.
trumpet in middle school, all the notes were on my right hand, and
Oh, I
like
love trumpet.
I think I could do better like fingerly.
Hmm.
Um,
I think your
so
girlfriend would have
like I
something to
think if
say
I,
about that.
so I think if I flipped it, try to strum with my left hand, and then do the notes with my right hand, I
I
think I'd do
gotcha.
better.
I gotcha.
But I haven't
Maybe
tried it.
give it a go. I
Yeah,
guess. I would love. Yeah, I remember just sticking with drums in school, but I liked like saxophone and trumpet.
yeah.
Those
Going
were so
back,
fun.
like it's nice that I know the trumpet. I think I could always pick the trumpet up and
That's
play
cool.
it, but I would have loved the saxophone. I think the saxophone you could do a lot more
That's
with.
so it's such a fun because like you do immediately you start going like you start like really like getting in with the groove. It's so
Yeah.
fun. I want to learn how to play the flute so I could be Ron Burgundy for Halloween and do jazz
Oh,
flute.
little
That'd be
jazz
sick.
flute.
Before we get into your segment, I do want to switch to football real fast.
Oh.
Because I do know who is gonna win the Super Bowl this year,
Oh yeah.
or I guess Super Bowl's next year, but you know what I mean. This season on the NFL, the Lions are gonna win Super Bowl this year. Did you know that?
I don't know if it's. I didn't know this year, but I would love for that to happen because the Lions are historically a bad team. So
A,
yeah,
a,
I would love for
yeah,
them to win.
a dog told me that they're gonna win.
Oh, okay.
People had like the buckets at the bottom of their
Yeah.
stairs, with the names, and the dog was like hitting a ball.
Oh yeah.
The Chiefs made it to not the final four, I guess.
Okay, the semis,
Yeah,
semifinals.
yeah. And it was, let's see, it was Lions and the Texans. No,
Yeah.
Lions and I have it on my phone, don't I? Guess I can just look it up.
I mean, the Lions are good. Like, don't get me wrong, they're a good team. They've been a good team for a while. They just
Oh,
can't win. Like, they're the best worst team in the NFL easily.
oh, I gotcha.
Like, they just can't win games, but they always have good players. It's crazy. Like, this is how funny they are. Like
Yeah,
Matthew Stafford was there for a long time. I don't know, quarterback. He's
sure,
now with the Rams, right? The
right.
first year after he was traded to the Rams, he
Yeah,
wins a Super Bowl. He's just on a different team now and wins a Super Bowl. Like
that's
he
just a
was
good
always
person. Yeah,
good.
yeah.
He was always good. It was just like he was on the Lions, so he was just cursed to be
They were
bad.
they were holding him back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So we got AFC. It's gonna be the Chiefs versus the Texans. Is that the one with the
Okay.
bowl with the red and the blue?
Yeah. Those are
Right.
the
Okay.
Houston Texans.
Houston Texans, and then the NFC is the Lions versus that LA.
The Rams with the
Oh yeah,
like
that's a
light.
ram horn. That's a ram horn. Yeah. So
Yeah.
LA.
They changed their logo, which honestly I think I like the new logo. It kind of looks sick.
It took me a second to realize what it said, and then the Texans are gonna beat the Chiefs, and the Lions are gonna beat LA, and then the Lions are gonna beat the Texans. It's gonna be close though, because it almost went like the ball almost like swish into the Texans, bounced over to the Lions. So I think it's going to be a close game. Let's go ahead and put the game, since we're already doing sports betting and stuff, let's go ahead and say it's going to be like 27-34 Lions win. I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to come down to the wire, I think. I think it's going to be a fun watch. So everyone's going to be happy.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. DM me, Venmo me your bets, and
I
regardless of
would
what
love to
happens,
see
you're
that
not getting
happen.
your money back. Yeah, we'll see what
I would
happens.
love to see that happen. I need to figure out what their record is right now, actually, because like I don't even know
Hmm,
if they're that good right now. But
I don't
I
know.
would love to see that. I would love to see that. I think the Detroit Lions would love to see that. The city of Detroit, they've been waiting. That's
They need it. They need it. You know,
yeah, they're going to die of cancer because of the water. So let's just give them
give them one
something.
more win. If they get the win, they might get the funding to fix their fucking city,
Yeah, but
fix
they
their
won't.
sewage.
They'll
They
use
won't.
it for some crooked
They'll get a
politics.
new stadium, and
Yeah,
they'll make people in Detroit pay for it still, even
yeah,
though. So
yeah.
yeah, that'll probably
That'd
happen.
be funny.
Yeah. But you know what's
But
really funny is the results of your fantasy league this week, because I am excited to see it, because all I've seen this week is memes of everyone else on the internet crying about their fantasy team, and so I kept sending you a bunch of memes because you were on vacation, so I was just trying to ruin your vacation. But let's go ahead and move on to Mason's fantasy reality check. Boom!
hmm,
So fun to do.
yeah,
Mason, let's see, it's been, would have been like a week and a half worth of
yeah.
games for you.
It's been a
Give us your highlights, because Trace isn't here to like know who you're talking about. So I guess
okay.
just give us your highs and lows of the last, week and a
Yeah.
half or
So
so.
last week, surprisingly, I lost, which is I know a shocker. I lost to the number one guy in our league. So who would have
Um,
thought?
he would have. I mean,
Um,
come on, that's not so bad.
yeah. Um, but I got my boy. Ramondre Stevenson that usually does pretty good, but got me 0.3 points last week. So thank you.
Nice. Good job.
That'll happen sometimes.
Point
Um,
three? How do you do
point
0.3 points?
because he got 23 yards, so that's 2 points, 2.3
Okay.
points. But then
Okay.
he lost a fumble, which is -2.
We mean lost points. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, so that happened. He's getting paid millions of dollars, but that's okay. Um, Hunter Henry did really well for me. He last or 2 weeks before that almost got me 19 points. He was one of my front runners,
Oh,
and last week he got me almost 3 points. So that'll
wow.
happen though. That's a tight end for you.
Yeah.
Um, and then everyone else is just pretty mediocre. Chris Olave had 20.6. He was my only guy that did pretty well. Oh, Devin Singletary. I always want to call him Devlin for some reason.
Devlin Singletary.
Devin Singletary. And this week, so he's always pretty good, but
Yeah.
this week was not too good for him. He got me almost 5 points. So,
Nice.
but everyone else on my team's doing all right.
Yeah.
So I'm doing pretty good right now. I'm projected to win. My
That's
final
good.
total is supposed to be 107. I'm at 84.
That's good.
So,
Okay. You're getting there. It's Sunday right now,
hopefully
so we'll see,
yeah, the guy I'm playing, his team is just not doing the best. So hopefully I can get a win because if I can't get this win, I will not win a single game this season easily. So
Yikes. Is it does the week end on like today on Sunday or tomorrow Monday?
tomorrow, Monday.
So you still have 2 more days of games basically.
Yeah, so I have the rest of mine, but I don't think
Today
I
and
have any.
tomorrow.
Oh, I have the Dolphins defense playing on Monday against the Titans, which the
Uh,
Titans are not good right now. So hopefully they
How's McCaffrey doing? He went to
let's
Germany.
see. Yeah. Oh, he still hurt his shit. So let's see. Maybe
That
eyeing
sucks.
early November return.
Oh my god. It sucks. I feel bad for him. I don't want to like
Yeah.
laugh at him being hurt. It's just funny. It's funny. It's not funny. I don't know. I don't know what this feeling I'm feeling is. It's just like so many people were like betting on you to do so good this season, and then it just
Well, here's the
gone.
thing. Like, no one's going to hate on McCaffrey because
Well,
he's
he's hurt.
good.
He's
Yeah.
hurt. He can't do anything about that. Yeah, he just
Yeah.
has to heal.
It just kind of sucks how he was hurt at the beginning of the season, obviously, right?
Yeah,
And everyone's just like, yeah, but come on, he'll be
that's
okay.
So that's
Like,
your fault then.
yeah. I mean, kind of. It kind of is. But in my league, it's a dynasty league, so I'm going to keep him forever. So
Oh right, that's right. Yeah, you're
I
playing the
mean,
long
because,
game.
yeah, I was at the point where it's just like, even if and when I drafted him, I was like, he might not play the first or second game, whatever. He'll play the
Mm,
rest, and then I'll have him forever. So I was like, I'll still pick him up, whatever.
yeah.
Now he's not going to play for half the season, but I still have him for next season. And as long as
Dang,
he
dude.
stays healthy, I can
Dang.
get at least 2, 3 good years out of him for sure.
There you go.
So
Yeah, think positive. Who else you got?
yeah.
What else you got going on?
Let's see here. So Jalen Hurts did okay. He didn't. He's just been putting up mediocre numbers though, which really sucks. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Chris Olave did pretty well this week again.
Nice.
Got me
Nice.
about 17 points.
There you go.
Um, Jordan Addison is a guy that once again he was questionable week 1, might play, might not play. Ended up not playing and hasn't played. So he started this week. So this was his first week back
Oh, okay.
and got me 23 points. So I'm very glad I started him.
Boom. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I loved seeing the last time you were on the show and you were like, "Oh yeah, I benched this guy last week and he did really, really well, so now I'm going to start him forever." And he got you maybe 3 points that week. He got you he did terrible that week and you were just like, "Yeah, he's going to be my game winner." Nothing. Not a
No, that's
single
how
person.
fantasy goes, especially for me. Like,
Yeah.
if it's just a opposite effect. So, like, if they're on my bench, they're going to do well. If I start them, they're not going to do well. So, like,
Right.
I excel in ties because when it's a tie,
Mhm.
then it goes to your bench points and who scores the most on your bench. And my bench is always better than everyone else's. So I win ties most of the
Yeah,
time.
you just have to
So,
tie and then you can win the rest of the
yeah.
game. There you go.
And then my buddy Greg the Lake could have had some big points. He ended up with 9
Yeah.
points, which is pretty good for a kicker. but he missed a game-winning, like 53-yard field goal to at the very end of the game.
Oh,
If he would have made that, that would have been 5 points, and he would have had 14 points for me.
oh no.
But he got me 9. So Greg the Leg has been doing well, man.
He's doing pretty
Doing
good for a
well.
kicker. Yeah, he's getting
Yeah.
good kicker numbers. I
Yeah.
wonder they must
So
have. Oh no, sorry. Go on.
I usually will play like different kickers each week. So like I'll just pick whichever one's like playing like either a really good team because like probably their only chance is to kick like as many field goals
Oh
as they
yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah.
Or a really bad team because once again like they probably can't score, so their only chance is to.
Oh
And I
yeah.
usually just play week by week with kickers, but
Hmm.
I've been consistent with Greg, and you know what? I've been thankful. He's been doing pretty well for
There
me.
you
So
go, Greg the Legs, because he's got a rhyming name. It works out, gives him confidence.
yeah,
I wonder if
and
they
he went
have.
to Missouri.
That's true. That's probably what it really is, dude. You know what's I was thinking about with ESPN the other day is that ESPN, right? What is that? What is that? What is ESPN?
Entertainment Sports Network,
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
like a media company.
Yeah,
It's like HBO or Netflix or Hulu, sort of, right? And instead of like having weekly shows, that people can stream, where it's like Netflix has like like oh we have 10 different shows that you can watch, right? With ESPN, it's like instead of shows, it's sports as the different
right.
shows, and then each one of those has like multiple teams, which are their own shows. Like oh my favorite show is the Kansas City Chiefs, right? I'm gonna watch Kansas City Chiefs every week. But you can also, but like it's weird because
No, your
each
favorite show is the NFL, and your favorite character is the Kansas City Chiefs.
there you go. And then but like in each character has their own weekly thing though, right? Their own
Yeah,
weekly show. Like each character has like their own spin-off show, and then
yeah. It's a
they all
drama
come together.
series.
They all come together for the playoffs, like
Yeah,
the Avengers or something. And so
yeah.
it's interesting because
It's
you
the All
have
Star season.
like you're giving people like it's like Netflix, like, oh, I watch Stranger Things and I like this show and this original content and this. But with the ESPN, it's like I can watch all these different shows every week at the same time. Because like ESPN does the thing on YouTube where they try to like they have that ad on my YouTube where they're like, get YouTube Premium, you can watch 4 games at the same time. I'm like, why would I want to watch 4 games at the same time? You can't focus on 4 games at the same
I
time.
would
I mean,
love to watch 4 games at the same time.
but why?
Because for fantasy, that I need to
See,
watch multiple teams because I'm only
it's for
watching one player
fantasy,
on every team.
it's for fantasy, and it's for gamblers.
Yeah,
There's no other reason to do that.
yeah,
So it'd be like if Netflix if there was like a fantasy for like Stranger Things season 5, right? Of like things like
yeah,
I'm gonna choose 11 as my character, and like oh 11 did really poorly this episode or some shit like that. However they would do it. It'd be whoever makes up all those drinking games for shows and movies. They should make like a fantasy thing for different streaming services. Maybe we should do that. I don't know.
yeah.
Actually, I don't want to do that because I don't want the gambling aspect. But I think people would bite at that. Give me give me at least. I want to be a producer on that. I want to be a part of it, but like I want some money for thinking of it. You know what I mean? I'm the one that spouted it out loud.
And you don't want to see it come to life, but if it does, you want to get paid.
Yes. Yeah. I just think
Exactly.
well if you think about ESPN in the same context as like Netflix and Hulu and HBO and stuff, it kind of is. It's weird. Never really
Yeah.
thought about it. It has nothing to do with sports. ESPN sports
It's
doesn't
just
matter.
it's the news for sports.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of guys who some of them have never played the sport ever. I don't know. This is me because I don't watch ESPN. I don't watch Sports Center. I don't watch like professional sports as much.
Yeah.
But like for me, like whenever like someone turns on like Trace will turn on like Sports Center or something before a game, it just looks like it's like the whole show is like who's wearing the best looking suit show. Who's like all they do is they just I don't know. It's just guys who are sitting around like how we sit around before a game and you go, I think the Chiefs are gonna win, and they go, no, I think the Bears are gonna win, and then that's what they do, but they get paid like
Yeah.
millions of dollars and they wear
Yeah.
fucking giant belt buckles. That was a little jab at Pat McAfee, but I think he's okay. He's okay guy.
I mean, he's funny. Like I
I don't
definitely
know.
like his content. He's definitely he drops F bombs. That's always funny.
He's always
But
climbing on chairs and tables.
Yeah.
Like usually like before like not on his show, but like on like before like games when he's out and about, like at the Alabama game yesterday. He was like standing on chairs before the game and like just going like to the crowd and like just getting the crowd all revved up. I was like, this dude's wild.
I mean, he was a punter kicker, dude. So like, he just knows how to pump
He was
up
a
crowds because that was his
punter.
job. Yeah, he was a kicker.
Yeah, you don't get as
So
much CTE as a punter kicker.
no, but dude, he had some really good hits like as a kicker. So like, he like his highlights are also fun to watch. Um,
Hmm.
but I don't know. I mean, I think he's doing it right. Like, I think he's a fun personality, and like, he's not making it all about like the professionalism of the coverage. Like, he's just more
Yeah,
like, hey, I'm just a regular guy. I played the game, so like I actually know like a little bit of what I'm talking about. This guy fucking sucks though. I can tell you
yeah.
that. And then it's just like, thank you. Like someone who's actually talking sense. Like, yes, that
It's
guy
it,
does suck.
it's more relaxed. It's definitely like
Yeah.
more of like just guys hanging out watching a game.
It's like, so keeping it comparable to movies and stuff. Like, it was like when we first started with Marvel, we were very invested in it, right?
Yeah,
And we would watch people that were also super invested in it. They were more invested into it, and we watched them to try to get more invested into it.
yeah, yeah.
And now we're on the second phase of Marvel where it's just like, honestly, I don't even think I'm going to watch the movie. I just want to watch one guy break down the movie for me. And so
Yeah.
I just want it to be some guy that's
Right.
like, hey, I'm reviewing this movie, don't really know anything about it, and it's just like, here's what I think. I think that's what it is now,
Mm,
right? It's like, I don't
mm,
care enough about football to watch Sports Center or anything. So
right.
I don't want that investment. I don't want that professionalism.
Yeah.
But I'll watch Pat McAfee because like I like the content that he does, and I like the information, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, bro, it really is. If you, it's weird. Ever since I had that revelation with ESPN, it's just like it's weird how it's easy to make those connections.
Well, it's
Now
all
it's like, oh yeah,
media,
it's
it's all
obvious.
entertainment
But I think the closest media conglomerate to ESPN is Disney, probably, because Disney has a
that
lot of.
owns ESPN.
No, no, no. Well, oh yeah, they own ESPN, don't they? Fucking a, dude. How is Disney not in trouble for like getting close
Monopoly.
to a monopoly? Because like once you get close, they start breaking you up. But
Yeah.
like Disney, fucking a, dude. That's
Well,
so weird. What a weird time. Like
I
I
guess.
don't want streaming services to go away, but it's weird. That whole like world is weird.
Oh, also,
Um,
we can pivot back to Colorado if you want, because I did stay at the Stanley.
no way. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go into some spooky. Did you see any ghosts? You stayed at the Stanley Hotel?
Yeah, so we stayed at the Stanley Hotel for a night because we went to Estes Park,
What?
Colorado. And fun fact, did you know Dumb and Dumber was filmed there?
I don't think I did know that.
Yeah, so like a couple scenes were filmed in the hotel in the bar. Like when they're walking in, the bar in that movie is the Stanley's bar.
Huh.
And when they're handing out money on the front steps of whatever, that's the front steps of the Stanley.
I guess I never really looked into it. It's
Yeah, I
interesting.
didn't either. But so I stayed there. We stayed on the fourth floor, which is the most active. Um
That's cool. That was your dad's idea, wasn't it?
yeah, for sure.
He loves that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I did not request a haunted room. I don't think I got one because nothing really happened. Honestly, this was the best sleep I had that of the trip.
Oh,
So
okay, nice.
now the one thing I walked into the room. It's the fourth floor. It's the top floor, and I had a room on the very end. So the roof was slanted down. I didn't like that, but
Oh.
and like the bathroom was just as big as the bedroom. I didn't like that either, and it was
Hmm.
directly in front of my like bed. I didn't
Yeah.
like that. So when I slept through the night, I put my bag in front of the door. So that way, like, if the ghosts open it, they had to open it, you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah. Did you see
I was,
any naked old ladies in the bathtubs?
no, I did not. We
Oh,
did
that
the haunted
sucks.
tour and we didn't see anything.
Ooh. Was there a giant maze in the background? In the
There was a
backyard?
maze in the front and
Oh,
it
in the
was not
front.
giant, but I mean, there was a maze, yeah. I didn't do it. My brother and sister did it.
Did you chase your family around the hotel with an axe?
No, I slept most of the time.
Nice. That's good.
But
Good.
we did this haunted tour and we went to this like theater, like this theater hall,
Ooh.
this concert hall.
Inside the mansion?
No, it was on the
Oh,
grounds.
oh, okay,
Um,
cool. Well, that's pretty cool.
but there's a few different like hauntings that happen in there. There's this one girl that they don't really know how she died. There's a big story that it was like way back when, and it was during the winter, and she was like abandoned and was just trying to find like shelter and food, and
Mm.
she kept breaking into this one room in the concert hall and like just staying in there, and every time she'd get found, like they would kick her out, and then they just think one night she froze to death,
Get
so they
on
kicked
out
her
of
out.
here.
And there's no truth to that story, but that's like kind of like the the main thing they think.
So,
Anyway,
what
so
happens in that room? Yeah, does anything happen?
so she likes to communicate, but she communicates by dum dum. And what you do is you get a dum dum, right? Say this is a dum dum, this pin that you can't see.
Okay.
Um,
What's a dum dum?
the
Like
sucker,
the sucker?
yeah. So what you
Okay.
do is you put
Okay.
the head of the sucker, the part you suck, on the palm, right?
The head of
And then
okay.
it can kind of just stand there, right? And
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
what this girl ghost can do is she like wiggles it back and forth, and like my parents did it last year, and they said like they saw one person's like do like twist like 180s.
What?
And so I first get into the room, and there's just this like hallway that just like goes to like a breaker box, but like it's like maybe 3 4 foot long.
Yeah.
And so I'm standing back there just in the very back, just being away from everyone.
Hmm.
And
Oh
I
God.
instantly hear something behind me. So it's like, nope, I'm not, nope. And then I just move. Anyway, later
Ooh.
on, we found out that's where she likes to hang out, is that little hallway. And I was like, I think,
Oh,
I didn't like
Mason,
that.
you always know exactly where to go
Yeah.
to get the ladies.
But so during this thing, like my dum dum's not doing anything. Like there wasn't a lot going on.
Dum dum.
And so like when everyone was picking them out, they were just like grabbing one, and that's just the one they went with. And I was just like, I want a cherry one, so that way like I can have a cherry one for when I'm done. Like that's my favorite
Yeah.
flavor.
Uh-oh.
So I was like looking around, grabbed a cherry one, and then at the end I ended up just like taking off the wrapper and like eating it. And the person was just like, all right, now if everyone can just put their suckers back in the box. And I was just like, sorry. And I was the only person that ate it, which is crazy to me because it's just like, how is that not your first thought? Am I the crazy one for like just assuming like they reuse these dum dums?
Real
No.
this is a great stand up bit. This whole story with the dum dums, this is great. So wait, okay, wait. So they reused the dum dums.
Yeah. Now,
You ate it. No one else ate the dum dums.
not a single person even attempted to,
I think I probably would have ate
which
one.
is crazy. Me too. Like it it's a crazier thought to me that people would put it back. Like my mom got mad at me because I started eating. She's like, "Do you know how many people touch those?" I was like, "I I didn't think anyone else put it back. Like I just thought you just
Yeah.
took it
Thought
because you
how
keep touching them."
how expensive are dum dums that you have to reuse them?
And dude, and I like after I
Just
heard that
wrapped.
noise, yeah, after I heard that noise, I hid in the bathroom, and in the bathroom was a whole box of them. So I was just like, they have plenty.
They got plenty of dum dums.
You
Did you
can
get in
buy these
trouble?
things and oh yeah, the one person was just like, "Oh yeah, you weren't supposed to do that." I was just like, "You got to
Ooh.
say that at the beginning because
Yeah.
like what's the point?"
Were there like children with you, or was it like just adults?
No, I must have been the only fucking child there.
Let's say, because usually, yeah, you'd think they'd be like, "Here's some dum dums. Don't eat them though," because it's like, you know what? It doesn't matter what age you are. If you get handed a dum, everyone knows a dum dum. Everyone likes a dum dum. You would eat it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy. No,
That's
that's what I
crazy.
thought, man. But yeah, so
I'm
everyone
with you
just
on
like
that.
I was the dum dum that had a dum dum, you
You
know?
were the dum dum.
But yeah, we only saw a few different things. I didn't see anything. So,
Well, speaking of large buildings, let's take our broomsticks and fly on over to Harry Potter World for sad news because
oh.
Maggie Smith has unfortunately passed on to the Undying Lands, which is ironic because it's called the Undying Lands. That's actually a Lord of the Rings reference, so I'm going to just backpedal back over to Harry Potter World. Professor McGonagall, we all know her. We loved her. She was such a when me and George were talking about it today. Like that scene where like the first movie where Harry and Ron get lost and they show up late to the first class and they see the
Yeah.
cat and then she shows up and she like transforms back into like McGonagall. Like she was a force to be reckoned with. She was kind of
Oh yeah.
scary. Like she was an intimidating, like it was a realistic teacher
Yeah, I
portrayal.
thought she was a good I thought she was a good character because like she was always a badass. Like when that one teacher was getting
Yeah.
kicked out because of whatever,
Oh
like
yeah,
she stood
Tilda
up for her.
Swinton.
Yeah.
Yeah. The that was the not astrology, but what do you call that? The with the crystal balls and the tea reading and stuff. Um anyway, Maggie Smith, what a fox. I mean, you look at pictures of her from like back in the day, like the 50s and 60s. Wowza. Born December 28th, 1934 in Ilford, United Kingdom. She died September 27th. It's not telling me where she had passed, but you know. So,
You think she ever went to a Diddy freak off?
fuck, dude, if she was at freak off parties, she was running that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like she was in charge 100%. No, she was in Downton Abbey. She do like decadent parties. But I bet back in the day, I bet she had some fun. I bet she went to some fun parties for sure. I mean, if you look at the clips of her from her like her even like her first like breakout roles when she like got her Oscar, man, she was a badass in those movies. And you can tell it's her. She's like one of those actors where like even like way back when she was younger, you could just like you could tell it was her. I
She
think
just has that
something in the eyes.
presence.
Yeah, something like that. And I was telling Trace that it's so weird because now the core Harry Potter, like the Hogwarts teachers, the core group are all gone. Dumbledore, Hagrid, Snape, McGonagall, which is weird.
Yeah.
Just in time for her to get recast, which is a bad joke.
Yeah. I hope
Um,
that TV series does not do well.
I hope it doesn't do well either. I don't think it will. You see, they tried to get the guy who played Dumbledore, his son, to like play Dumbledore in
Yeah.
the show, and he was like, "No, I don't want to do that." And I wish they wouldn't touch the movies. Like he's like, "Why are they even making a show? The movies are perfect," and they are.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's I mean, obviously
Let's just
the
do
smell and the
something
money,
different.
smell
You
and the money.
know?
Yeah, do a different like if anything, do a show about like the American side because who gives a
Yeah.
shit about the American wizard school?
Do a different school or like because in the game it introduces a whole at least one other school and in the movies has two different schools from that school, so
Let's
like
do
there's
yeah.
at
Let's
least three different schools.
instead of doing the same story, let's build out the world more. Let's do
Yeah.
some more world building and keep it in
Yeah.
the same world, but like Hogwarts is like over there, right? We only hear about Hogwarts. We don't it doesn't we don't care about Hogwarts. Maybe do like an Abbott Elementary style show in a magical school. That
That'd
would
be
be
funny.
sick, right? Or even in Hogwarts. Make it Hogwarts from like 1980s or something. Make it Abbott Elementary, and or even it's these days. It's 2024. Hogwarts. The teachers are dealing with these wizard students who have cell phones and stuff, but also are learning magic, and so you're
Yeah.
dealing with all that. And again, if someone takes this show idea, uh, I I get props again because I think that's a good idea for a show. It's an Abbott Elementary meets Harry Potter.
Yeah. Or let's not even make it where you have to do a lot. Already have a prequel. Like you have a lot of events for a prequel. Why not
True,
just do that? Just do
true.
James and Lily Potter meeting at school or whatever, and
And
Voldemort.
Snape,
Yeah,
and Snape and young
yeah,
Voldemort and young
people would
Dumbledore.
love that.
Yeah, younger. That's I like that too. Yeah, because
And like,
we already have a
it's
young
characters
Harry
that you
Potter.
already know. You've already had to commit to some of their backstories anyway. Just finish that up and just fucking produce that. You can make 5 movies out of that easily. So you can make probably 10 seasons.
Yeah, if you have the lore is already there, even if it's like
Yeah,
not even like fully fleshed out, take the bones and make it your
yeah,
own. Like Rings of
yeah,
Power. I mean, Rings of Power. Lord of the Rings has a huge lore that's very detailed, and Rings of Power is doing their own thing, which is fun. But like, it's fun because then you see like, oh, this is Isildur before he like betrays Elrond and like keeps the ring for himself. We're seeing him before that. Oh, look, now we're seeing Sauron like building up, like being a fuckhead and like manipulating people, like building these rings. It's fun.
yeah. It's fun. It's fun to watch why people make the choices that they did. So like when you already know the outcomes of their decisions, but then you
Yeah.
see the reasoning why. Like
Yeah.
that's fun.
Because like in the original, it's always like, oh, it's good versus bad, right? It's pretty black and white because it's easy. It makes it easy to watch. But then it's like one of those things where like you learn about like, oh, the Declaration of Independence. It's like, oh, they're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, we these guys all sat in a room and they wrote this out, and then it's like they signed it and it was all good. But when you like actually like look at the actual accounts of those people like in the room, it's very messy, and you
Yeah.
realize like, oh, we were very close to like this happening instead of what actually happened. Like, but they make it seem like it's very like straightforward when really it was like not like that at all. And that's why like Rings of Power is, but I think that's why I like it, because in Lord of the Rings, it's also given me a huge Lord of the Rings boner, which I'm very much enjoying. I've been doing a lot of like research on the lore. I rewatched Fellowship of the Ring the other day, the extended version, which is hilarious if you've never seen it, because you can tell when it's like bonus scenes that were added in, because it's like not fully like it's not very like polished as the rest of the scenes, which is kind of fun. Um, but
Frodo's actually like regular height. He's just
yeah, they
talking
haven't.
about
Yeah, they
Daniel.
haven't done that yet. No, it'll be like
I would
oh,
love
it's so
that.
fun. You have to rewatch it. But like, there's parts in the movie where it's like the very beginning. Like I think I explained it to you before, where like in the when Galadriel and the Fellowship of the Ring is explaining the whole like Sauron built the three rings for the elves and seven for the dwarves and all that. In Rings of Power, when you see the elves get the rings, they do the scene from Fellowship where they their hands are like right next to each other and they show it. But like that, like to get to that where they are all wearing the rings was a fucking trudge. Like it was not as. I mean, you can know that it wasn't like as clean cut as they say, but like when you see, and of course, and it's all fiction. It's all fiction. Who cares? But like, I don't know. It's fascinating when you see how messy it actually is. It's not just like oh, I'm brave, so I'm gonna do the brave thing. It's like I'm terrified and I need to get forced to be brave. It's one of those like, oh, you're actually not like a super badass hero. You just like you were forced into it and you're just flying by the seat of your pants. And it's working out.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. I like when it's like that. And I don't know what House of the Dragon's doing, but I haven't watched
Here's
any
a
of that.
fun fact for you kids. To
Listen up.
be brave is to act in the face of fearness.
Yeah. To be scared but act anyway.
Yeah.
Being brave is when you are too afraid to do the right thing, but you do it anyway.
Yeah. All superheroes are brave. Know that.
Yeah. Like Green Lantern.
Yeah. And
I read something that the Flash movie that came out with Ezra Miller, like with
oh yeah.
Michael Keaton, Batman, all that. So that movie's been in development hell forever, because they couldn't get the right actors, and then COVID, and then all these things. Ezra was like beating people up and all that stuff, and so like they've been trying to make this a Flash movie like forever, since like the early 2000s it seems. And I read that one of the original choices they had, like for the one of the first Flash movies they were gonna make, was Ryan Reynolds,
Oh.
like pre Green Lantern, pre all that stuff, and which I thought was weird. I thought that was a weird choice. I can't even picture Ryan Reynolds as that,
No.
even back then. But maybe I don't know.
I thought the TV actor was like I figured that's the
Grant Gustin,
frame. Yeah, I feel like that's the frame of the Flash is like obviously like the animated Flash, he's kind of broader shoulders, but like I still
yeah,
just think of like a very like skinny guy.
yeah.
Like
You
you're
got to be
super
like a
fast, you
real,
got to be
yeah.
yeah.
You got to be real lean. Well, my
Yeah.
only thing with like Grant Gustin and Ezra Miller is not even. I never thought was a huge deal, but my only thing was like not blonde, because they're playing Barry Allen. I'm like, you gotta be blonde, but like it doesn't
You
matter.
got to
But
be
that's
blonde.
that's the only that's the only difference for the character, like look. That I was just like, well, he's not blonde, but he's great. Like Grant Gustin was such a good, fun Flash show. I need to rewatch it because it became too much of like a cheesy CW drama, and I kind of
Yeah.
lost. Well, then like Legends
The
of
first 3
Tomorrow.
seasons were pretty good, I think.
Oh, dude, Arrow and Flash. Like when it was just those two shows like going back and
Yeah.
forth, that was peak. And then they
Yeah.
just, I think there was so much going on. If you think about it, Flash, 9 seasons, like 22
Oh,
episodes
I
and
didn't
a
realize it
season.
was 9 seasons.
Dude, that's so many Flash episodes. Like
Yeah.
they had to pull out so much weird DC lore to keep that show running. And
I
I don't
mean, they
know.
did it. They made
I
everyone a superhero from the last time I watched
Pretty
it.
much, yeah. I remember. Yeah, I just remember like when Legends of Tomorrow came out, I that's when I started to like lose my
Yeah.
momentum with it all. Because at first it was fun where like you watch Arrow and then the next day you watch Flash and then like whatever happened in Arrow the day before they like will mention in Flash and you're like, holy shit, that's crazy. That's just like it was those that was so fun because then me and you would always get together like on the next day and like talk about it because we're fucking nerds. But
Yeah.
man, it was fun. We were getting so many chicks back then, man. They were just they were wanting our Flash Arrowverse knowledge,
I
man. And
mean, those
Supernatural
honestly were
bust
fun
out
times though.
Supernatural.
Oh, bro. I still have not finished Supernatural. I am on the last season. I just cannot finish it.
I'm gonna finish Bob's Burgers and then maybe I'll go back to
Dude,
Supernatural. But
I was so glad when I just sat down and rewatched Supernatural because goddamn, it's such a fun watch, dude. And it's
I
hard.
need
It's a
to.
hard watch sometimes,
Yeah,
but it's fun.
it's a hard watch. I That's the only
There's
reason why I
always a
haven't done
few
it.
good. Yeah, there's always a few good episodes every season. Those are the ones you hold on to, especially
Yeah,
during the bad seasons. But
yeah.
oh man,
I
no,
I
they're
would have
so
to
good.
I'd have to rewatch. It's been so long though now. I don't remember like what the good episodes are and what like the filler ones are. So I
Oh,
don't
that
know
would be
what.
the
So
best.
I'd have to just watch it all,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Which is fine.
exactly.
But it would just
Yeah.
that's why I haven't done it is because there's so many episodes.
Yeah.
It would
And dude,
it
it's
would
so
take
many
it would
like
take
waves
forever.
and stuff, and like the first two or three seasons are so like serious and kind of
Yeah,
scary, and
I
then it gets
love the
like really
first season.
comedic.
It
Yeah,
gets
dude, the
so,
first
dude,
season.
it gets so much fun, but it
Yeah.
doesn't fall into the same. It kind of does the same CW trap that a lot of CW shows, where it becomes like really like a drama series. Which
Yeah.
with the Angels stuff, it becomes like repetitive. With the once the Angels show up after like a couple seasons of Angels, it's the same fucking story every episode, and
Yeah.
then then it gets closer to the end of the season. That's when it starts to pick up and things get different. But
Yeah.
what is it like? It's like season 9 or 10 where it becomes like, oh, now we're gonna get one monster hunting episode a season. It seems like
Yeah.
just that one super
Yeah.
fun like old school monster hunting, and then the
It's
rest of
like,
it is
well,
just all
we're
angels.
waiting on Cass to get back, or we're waiting on Bobby to find an answer, so might as well hunt this Mirelurk or
It was
whatever.
such a good formula for a show because it's like you open the episode with like a super hot chick in like a cabin or something. She hears a noise. She's by herself. She goes out and investigates, and then like it's just like a really kind of scary 5 minute opener. It'll like it always like cuts away. Like it's either like she gets captured or she gets captured and the screen pans over here to the wall, and then you see
Yeah.
blood splatter.
Yeah.
And then or if you don't see blood splatter, that means she's gonna get saved at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
But like if you see blood splatter, yeah, that means Dean or Sam is gonna find like, whoa, Dean, look at this. There's a murder that happened in Wyoming. Like Wyoming, why does it matter? Sam, we're all the way in Florida.
Well,
Dean,
Dad mentioned it in his journal.
yeah, yeah. She's got these markings on her, that look like something in Dad's journal. We better get over there as fast as we can. And then like it's like the next day, and they're in Wyoming or some shit, and you're like, this is in Canada. I remember finding out that the show was filmed in Canada. We were like, what the fuck? Like,
In an
come on.
episode of Supernatural.
It's like, come on.
Yeah,
This is
dude, no.
nuts.
It's no, dude, it's a fun show. And like
It's so
looking back
fun.
at it, I really liked the first few seasons, and I think that was just good television during that time because that was early 2000s and you had scary television like you had Buffy the Vampire Slayer that was probably
Oh
going on around that
yeah, dude.
time. That was kind of creepy.
Yeah. It probably around the end of Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Yeah.
I'd say. Yeah. But Supernatural hit me at the perfect time of like my angsty teen years, where it was like murder and monsters and magic and like all these like
Yeah.
cool like occult like drawn like because me and Kenny would like sit in art class. We'd have like clay on our fingers and we would draw on the tables with our clay. Like draw like oh the anti demon sigil, boom, and then you go, all right, no demons in this room.
Nice.
You go to the next room. So much fun, dude. Check it out. I'm gonna get. We always talked about getting the the anti
He
uh
did get that
possessing.
right.
Kenny does have an anti possession sigil on his body, which is very smart. I've
Yeah.
seen people show me theirs before, and I corrected them. I was like, "You're still gonna get possessed because the wings on the side, it's not part of the sigil. That's
Yeah.
supernatural logo. That's not the actual. If you're gonna get occult symbols tattooed on your body, don't fuck around. right?
Yeah,
Don't fuck
that's why I
around.
won't.
Exactly, don't fuck around. Like, there's no shortcuts with when you're dealing with magic and shit.
Yeah.
That's just gonna fuck you up bad. So just
Yeah,
if you
and like, what if they're wrong a little bit? Like, I'm just
exactly
not wanting to get something tattooed on my body that might actually be like, hey, I'm inviting you in versus you can't come in, right?
right, yeah, yeah. You don't want to act. Yeah, it's like
So
the
I
whole
don't
thing
want
of
to
like
mess. I
this
don't
is
want to mess with that.
Japanese for peace. It's like that's Japanese for if you're a demon reading this, come on in. You know what I mean? It's like one of those like no, no, no.
Yeah,
I want to make sure I know what I'm doing.
yeah.
God,
Oh yeah, dude. But
I love
no,
that show.
I highly recommend Supernatural. You will
Yeah.
there will be some times you're sitting there watching it and you're like, why would they recommend this? I'm telling you, just
Oh
get
yeah.
through it
But
because it's worth
I
it.
feel like by the time you get to those episodes, you're in it. You're
Yeah,
in it, and you can stop watching. But well, if you just watch the first two seasons, come talk to us because
yeah.
I love the first two seasons. God, the ending of season two, just thinking about it makes me cry sometimes.
That's with Sam, right?
That's the one with Sam the first time.
In the town, in the
Yeah.
town.
The
Yeah,
other the other weird demon freaks. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I can't remember what the
yeah.
whole thing is, but like, yeah, all
The
those
yellow
people.
eyes.
Yeah, yeah. God
Yeah, dude,
damn.
he was a good
Dude,
villain
that
too.
show gets so dude. Oh my god, I gotta rewatch the show now because I'm just thinking about how fucking cool. Because there's parts where he like the episode will open like, Dean, Dean will be like, we gotta find Sam. And he needs me. He can't survive without me. And then he cuts to Sam and he like just fucking holds a demon by the neck against a wall and just like you see the demon just like and Sam just like fuck he like rubs the blood off his blade and he's like fucking he's fucking crazy, dude.
No,
God
he is just
damn, dude, that's so cool.
like, who
That's
knows what
so
Sam's up to
cool.
right now? He's probably dead in a ditch, and he is just murdering everything near him.
God damn.
And
It's
then they
just
have such good supporting
it's
characters
like
too.
15 seasons. Not every
Yeah,
episode's gonna be great. 15 seasons, 20 episodes plus a season. Like you can't have
yeah,
a great you can't have 100% season. The first two seasons are about as perfect you can get for that show. That's I don't know if they're peak seasons, but season two and one are pretty for me at least because I like the vibe of like Monster Hunter.
yeah. I like seasons 1 through 3. I can't
One through
remember
three
season
is good.
4.
Five is when Castiel shows up, I think.
No, I
Right?
think Castiel shows up season 2 or 3. I think it
Really?
start that super early. Yeah,
Must be
so it must be
three, I'd
season three
say.
and four because yeah, it's
No,
super
maybe
early.
two, because I could totally see the whole because
Yeah,
Sam's whole thing in
I
season
think it's
two.
no no no
Unless
no no
that's what
no.
causes
So
Castiel to show up.
yes, that's why he shows up in season. No. It's when he saves he saves Dean.
You
That's
know what
when
we
he
should
shows
do?
up.
We should do a weekly watch along of Supernatural on like
Okay.
Twitch or something, where like we all like maybe we don't it's not on screen, but if anyone wants to like if you want to get into Supernatural or you love Supernatural like we do, we should try and do like a thing where like every week we watch an episode of Supernatural together and we just all fucking enjoy it. Would that is that a thing? Would that be fun for people? Would that be a cool thing to do?
I mean, I think it'd be funny. Like just like are we doing every episode or just like one episode a season or
Ooh,
or like one episode every like
it would
out
be
of
a lot.
7?
It would take years to do that weekly. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
mean,
how. I guess we could just do.
you could do like the first one and just like to do an introductory
We could try
or
and find like key episodes for each season, like
yeah,
maybe like five per season, and then
yeah,
be like, and then do like a month, like oh this month we're watching season one, next month we're watching and do it like that,
yeah.
um, or our favorites. So if we just go through it and we just figure out what our favorites are and
All
watch those.
right.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Season 1 we have to do the water one
Ooh
cuz I hate that
yeah,
one.
yeah, dude. Oh man, season one has some
I
good
don't even
scary
think it's that good
episodes.
of an episode, but it's definitely the scariest one out of the whole season.
I like the Wendigo episode two.
Yeah, that's a scary one
Season
too.
one,
I like
episode two is so scary.
honestly episode 1 the white woman is kind of creepy too.
Oh yeah, because she's like tries to like seduce the dudes. Yeah,
Yeah.
because she's like, oh man, that one's scary. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
wait. I can't wait. Let's do it. Let's just do it for fun. Let's just me and you. Let's just watch some Supernatural. We'll try to find like our favorites from each season, and if you want to join. Maybe we'll do it on Patreon or something. But yeah, dude. Hell yeah, I love Supernatural
Right, it's a good
or
show,
One
definitely.
Piece. We could figure it out.
Oh, we should definitely watch One Piece. Oh my
No, we should probably
god.
start with Supernatural because it's October time, so it's spooky time.
You're right. And
Ooh, yeah,
Supernatural is less episodes, so
I gotta find a spooky movie to watch tonight. spooky movie time. So excited.
Well, I guess when this comes out, it'll officially be October. So
Yeah,
happy spooky season to all.
I think we're good. Mason, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone where they can find you on the social media?
Social medias is Instagram and Threads, Mason Green 152 on there,
Yep.
and then TikTok M Green Wee.
Hell yeah. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at Van Winza. I basically just post about the show. I did post. I was on Mark Twain Lake today, so I did post about that. So check it out. It's been a few days since I did that, but if you want to follow the show on Instagram, mbr.pod on Instagram, Mellow Brick Road on Facebook. We're available on all your podcast apps, Apple Podcast and others. Video on YouTube and Spotify. What's up? Sign up, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, give it a ring. I don't know if it rings or not. Does it ring when you press it? It turns blue or something like
Maybe
that.
I
don't
have
know.
all my notification sounds off, so I
Yeah.
never hear it if it did.
Delete your Twitter. Keep your
Yes.
TikTok. I don't really care about those. Let's see. Am I missing anything else? Let us
Poll?
know. What?
Poll?
Poll?
Spotify poll?
Oh yeah, Spotify poll. What's a Spotify poll this week?
I don't know. We could do like, I don't know, maybe something about the spooky season, what you're looking forward to, or maybe like since we kind of went on a fangirl rant about Supernatural, maybe something like
I was
that.
gonna say, let's see. What do you think the top Supernatural season is?
Probably, I think probably like 3 or 4.
The choices would be like 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, 12. I don't
And
even
like,
know.
I think it goes in cycles of 3 seasons. So like, I think 1 through 3 is good.
Yeah.
4 through 6 is bad. 7 through 9 is good. Because season 6 is definitely the mother of all. That's not a good season. But I think the next season after that's a good season.
Yeah. Maybe we could make the poll. What's your favorite kind of facial surgery? Is it root canals? Is it LASIK, eye surgery? Is it getting your nose a third hole, like a blowhole in the middle, like right there? That'd be kind of fun. Like, hey, check this out. You just blow.
Ew.
That'd be great. Yeah.
It'd
I
be
got
a
blow.
zit. It'd be more of a zit than.
Can you imagine you gotta blow your nose and you forget there's a hole there, so you do this, you go achoo, and then it just goes it just shoots out of your nose. That would be fun. Maybe like another one could be the Human Centipede 2, getting the teeth removed with a hammer. That's a fun one. Maybe what's another one, Mason? Give me one more facial surgery thing.
I don't know, maybe like cheek implants or just like facial reconstruction.
Ooh, cheek implants. What would you implant it on your cheeks?
Like just to get them more filled out or like more pushed up so you can have a more slender face. I've been watching a lot of RuPaul lately, and so some of the queens on there do that, you know.
Oh yeah, dude. I'll get my cheeks look like this. I'll get them enlarged, or like this, so it's a little
I
bit
think you just
lopsided.
need to. I think you just need to do 5 years of chewing. You'll get there.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's get out of here. We gotta do our quote and let's get out of here. The quote this week is by Joplin, Missouri resident Dennis Weaver,
Nice.
who is dead. Born
Nice.
Joplin, Missouri, 1924. Died in Ridgeway, Colorado, in 2006. He was an actor known. Actually, American actor and president of the Screen Actors Guild back in the Dizzy, was best known for his roles as Chester Good on Gunsmoke, huge show, and Marshall Sam McCloud on McCloud, which I haven't seen those shows in a long time. Might have to give those a small rewatch, probably not a full watch the whole thing, but I like Gunsmoke, I like McCloud. Those are fun shows. He also appeared in the 1971 TV movie Duel and won an Emmy Award in 1959. Served as a fighter pilot in the U.S. Navy during World War II. Man, all those golden era actors were all badass World War II soldiers.
Yeah, they all did everything already.
And I guess it's more.
And
yeah,
World War II, you got drafted, right? So I mean, maybe they were already doing that, and they just got drafted.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it was probably something like that. Yeah, because I know some of them volunteered to do that, but
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
sure.
but like the guy from Modern Family and like Little Giants, like that actor, I think he was military first and then started acting. Like the guy from
Yes.
Married with Children.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that
I
guy.
love that guy. He's
God, I can't
awesome.
ever think of his name. Here's his picture. I can never. I always feel bad. I can never remember it. Um, yeah. So Dennis Weaver, dope actor, president of the Screen Actors Guild, which is cool. Hopefully, he helped give them more money and rights and didn't take them away. I don't know. I didn't do much research. He's from Joplin, so again, never know.
Never know.
And he was in Joplin before that town went away.
Well, it didn't go away. It just got
Didn't go
messed
away.
up really, really good.
This is the quote from Dennis Weaver, Joplin, Missouri. Here it is. We're the only species that have crapped up the planet and the only species that can clean it up. This one
Well,
says, the people of the future will say, meat eaters in disgust and regard us in the same way that we regard cannibals and cannibalism. Which might be true because people grow to like,
we're
only
already
eating
making
plants and stuff.
synthetic meat, so
Yeah, so I mean, maybe. Anyway, that's the quote. Mellow manifestations, everybody.
stay safe.